Here we go, another weekend and another race day, and we've made it in time to see the little chopper this week race. He is off in like 20 minutes. We're just having a look at the course and it's going to be muddy, and we've had an absolute disaster of a morning. Sarah trusted me to make the pancakes and it was some Albert Einstein bloody instructions, and I cocked it up, so we've got no pancakes. I've got a black toe and I can't walk. What are those? Editing George here, and I've just been told by Sarah I can't put the picture of my toe in the video because it's horrible. But one, I want people to know the extent of my horrific injury, and two, for people that have got a foot fetish, rewind, get a screenshot, enjoy.
Jerry, I love feet, man.
You love feet.
I love it, I love it, I love it. I love the painted toes. I don't care if they run outside. I don't care, you know, they can have their socks on 2 or 3 days. I love their toes, baby.
If you don't have a foot fetish, delete that from your memory and back to the vlog. Because I kicked the floor, took a divot when trying to play football. But how are you feeling? Good. Good. We haven't been coming to watch him because I can't be bothered to get out of bed, I'm not gonna lie. But course inspection, Ben's not gonna do this bit because they've cut out a little bit of the course, I think, which is unfair if you ask me, because these under 16s are better than us old boys, and it's going to be carnage down there. So Ben's race is just about to get underway, and it looks like we may have a bit of mud today because it has been raining pretty bad. This first bit of the course doesn't look too bad, but I think when it goes into the trees up there it gets a bit muddy. What are your thoughts on the course, Rocket? Is this a bit of you? There's hills.
Yeah, 10-10.
10-10. There's a lot of hills. Not at any point do I ever go this fast. Go on, Ben. Absolutely rapid. So a super fast start. Ben was in second place, but I have no idea where the course is now. I can see kids bombing past over there, but we do not have a clue where we're going. So we could get about 0 footage of Ben's race here. Get back on. Come on then, big effort, get on his wheel, come on.
Okay, then.
Come on Ben, shut it down.
Go on, Kirsten. Go on, well done, keep going. Pedal, pedal.
Good lad, dig in there, go on. Go on, Ben. Go on, Ben, last lap, full gas then. No, just get, come on, it's 200 metres, just go. So that's second place for Ben, but he got beaten in the sprint today, he gave it his all, so you can't really complain. But lunch, oh well, snacks are going down because it's like 3 hours till my race now. So we're chilling with hummus, and then it'll be race time. I'm going to go and do a practice lap in a second and see how muddy and hilly it's going to be. It's going to be a brute today. So a little look at this week's course, probably the toughest course we've done this season. I'm following Alex round here. He was saying before we went on to the practice lap that he's got some good secret lines, so I was like, no brainer, I'm going to follow him round and steal them.
Naughty, naughty, you teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
But into the little twisty wooded sections, and then you come down onto the start straight. So the start and finish of this course are in different place, but this was the start straight, and it was also in every lap, and it was absolutely brutal headwind if you were on the front. Like if you were on someone's wheel, you were doing like 100 watts less. It was, or probably more than that. It was absolutely ridiculous. But it ramps up at the top, does a little twisty section, and then you come back towards yourself and into the first climb. This is the first climb. It wasn't too muddy at this point, but before my race it got even worse and even slippier. It's a little bit carnage here, everyone trying to get up. But it was seriously steep, so that was tough. And then it weaves you back round past the pits and you're into the first descent, which is called the chute, I think. And a couple of years ago this was absolute carnage in the wet, so it's quite steep, and then it goes into a left-hander at the bottom, so a steep little chute down into a left-hander, and this bit was really slippy last year. It was still a little bit slippy, but it wasn't too bad as we've had dry weather. And then we were into the main climb. This climb was absolutely brutal. By my race, I couldn't ride it, so I managed to ride it here, but I mean, it was absolutely balls out and I was on the limit to get up. But by the time it got to my race, I think there was a few people in the race getting up it, but it was seriously muddy, slippy, and you were working so hard. I think it was quicker to run. I don't know what some of the other riders were doing, but then we went into a little twisted section and we're following young Riley round here, the future champion. He's got his own YouTube channel, I'll link it down below. He does all the races. I think he's in the under 10s and he won at the weekend, but he was showing us how to get around this course, and then down onto another little section and back into another climb. And again, little Riley was ripping my legs off showing me how to climb up here. And then, so this was the last climb back up to the top, and then it was just a wooded section back down to the start finish. And then we went down to the start of the ladies race to watch Gravel Granny rip it up. Go on, Ali. So just filming the little shoot section of the ladies race now. Ali, or Gravel Granny, asked me not to put this bit in, but I thought I'd stay here and watch this section because I thought there's bound to be a crash here and I can get a you've been framed moment. But the Wessex ladies are far too skillful for that. Maybe if I'd stood there for the senior men's race we'd have crashed. But Gravel Granny come down and it was hilarious at the time. You just hear her swear, I think, and I'm just like thinking, hit the brakes, and she just didn't hit the brakes and just straight lined it into the tape like a pro. I'm sorry, Gravel Granny, but I just had to leave that in there. It actually cracked me up. I thought you were going to take the crowd out. Well done, Gravel Granny. Go on, Ali.
Go on, Ali.
All the way, come on.
Go on, Ali.
Easy.
Well done, come on, all the way. Full gas. Close them down.
Go on, Ali. Look at Dell, team manager, loves it. Look at him striding about. Go on, watch this. Go on, Dad. Look at him. We don't have a good view now. Look at him, get down there. Go on. Back on the Dell cam. What useful information is he going to pop out with this time?
Well done. Put it together. You're only just in front. Come on.
Just put it together this time. Put it together with Dell.
Spin it up, 40. All the way. Good down.
Go on, Ali.
Yeah, brilliant.
Easy,
Well done, nice.
easy. So a super tough course today, lots of climbing, a little bit of mud this week, not loads but a little bit. There will potentially be some running up that steep climb and it is going to be a tough one. We just watched Gravel Granny race. I'm not sure where she actually finished, but I'll pop it on the screen now. I'm going to pass you over to the rocket for race time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The rain is coming down. Oh god, it's gonna be miserable. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So on to the main event and my race, the senior men's race, and it was full gas as expected off the start down this first straight, and I actually got the start of my life. I just absolutely pinned it, and I was in third place here, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? I'm absolutely nailing it. And then we come back down and into that first climb, and the front two down the chute had got a little bit of a gap, so I was still in third place at this point, and I was like pretty happy with that. So coming down the chute, and then it was into the steep climb, and this is where it went horribly wrong for me, and I was just moving backwards. Like, I don't want to make an excuse, but my toe was in an absolute state. So you've seen the first two come through, third, there was a bit of a gap, but yeah, I was really struggling with the run up that hill today. That was 5th, 6th. So after lap 1, I'd dropped back to, I'd say like 6th, 7th. So from third, 1 lap later, and then here I was faffing about. I'd literally just gone through half a bush, I think, and it was all stuck in my pedal. So I was trying to get that out. But yeah, the run up absolutely killed me. So at this point, yeah, I dropped back into about 6th or 7th place. And it was just, the legs were not firing like they were the last couple of weeks. So coming into this section here, yet again, I was still moving back, and I dropped back to about, I think I was in 9th place here. And I was just working my absolute backside off to get back on this group. So it was 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. And we were all just that little bit spread out. And you know, down that main stretch, you wanted to be wheel sucking on someone's wheel, getting a toe down there, because it made such a difference. So a couple of laps later, I was still just working my arse off, trying to close the gap to Ben, who was in the blue kit just around the corner, who came through before me. And I managed to get back on his wheel, and we had then closed the gap to, I think it was 7th place as well, just through here. So at this point it was Paul, Ben, me fighting for 7th place, and it was quite nice. We managed to get a good pace going for a few laps around this section, and we then closed the gap on 6th place. So after this, me and Ben, who's in the blue kit, put a little dig in, and you see the two of us got away from Paul. And at this point, I thought we were just going to be fighting it out for 7th place, but we managed to sort of work together, and you can see Satonia. Up here, I'll pause it. You can see the Satonia rider that was Phil, who was in 6th place. We had gone past him. Now, I'm not going to lie, we did do a bit of wheel sucking down the main straight, and I'd done a chopper move. He flicked his elbow, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't go through, and then I put a dig in at the end. It's a chopper move, but racing's racing, it's got to be done. So we managed to go past him and put a little dig in. So then it was me and Ben battling it out for 6th place here with 1 lap to go. This is the two winners coming through. That they were night and day ahead of us. They're absolute beasts. But yeah, Ben put a massive attack in on one of the climbs on the last lap, dropped me. I just had nothing left to give. So he got 6th, and then about 15 seconds later or so, I come home in 7th place. So good result, considering the legs weren't fully firing because they were a little bit tired from the day before, and the toe was absolutely hanging out running up the hill. But really pleased with the result this weekend to still come 7th. There were some fast races, and it wasn't really a course that suited me with some of the long stretches and stuff like that, but definitely the hardest course this year. The mud is starting to come, and I just know it is going to be seriously muddy soon. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one for more racing.